tea, blonde bombshell with her honesty. Spicy and direct like a shot of heat. Gossip queens ruling every beat. Ooh, they're being so fun. Sharp tongues on the run. Gossip queens, baby, they just begun. Set the shade while they stun.
Hi, everybody. I'm Callie.
And I'm Key. And welcome to the
And
Gossip Queens.
this episode is sponsored by Bean Machine. Come on, Los Santos, go get caffeinated. Your new go-to spot for caffeinated beverages, pastries, and good vibes. Come through and enjoy handcrafted PD-themed pastries, freshly brewed and mixed beverages, and a cozy spot to kick it with the community. Future events, you can expect live music, samples, and raffles. And you're not going to want to miss out on the frickin' coffee, you guys. Come on, stop down by Bean Machine, located by Postal 8042/8043 behind Pillbox.
Oh, yes. I've actually been in there. I love their matcha lattes. They are delish.
I love a good matcha. I stock up
Right?
at town.
So we've been gone for a few weeks, you know, life be lifing. But we're happy to be back. Callie, what do you think your positive of the week or weeks would be?
Okay, the positive for the 3 weeks, because let's be honest, it's been several. I would say taking time to honor and respect that relaxation time with family and friends, and that's important. It's okay to travel, and obviously over the past few weeks, we won't get into details, but there's been sicknesses, there have been vacations, there's been traveling, so there's just one thing it's good for us both to appreciate is and value is our health and our time with our family and friends. So yeah.
Yes, definitely. I would say we need to value our mental and physical health, our which incorporates, work-life balance. Sometimes you just need to take some time for yourself and recenter, or just, smell the roses, so to speak,
You do.
So, let's talk about, I know this was a while ago, and I wasn't able to be there for a very long time, but I think you were there longer than I. Anita's retirement party. How did that go? I saw a lot of green hair there that night.
It was so cute. I loved the theme. I love everybody was being supportive and kind. There were some games and drinking. It was a good vibe. I enjoyed it. I stayed a little longer than you. It was a good vibe. I didn't stay the whole time, but I loved it.
Yeah, I believe you were, when I was leaving, you were pulled in for what was it? A cherry blossom katana, perhaps, caught your eye.
Oh, yes. I won't lie. They always do. I still don't have one to this day. Maybe someday. You hear that, viewers?
What events do we have coming up? Or, well, I mean, we've had a lot of events over the past little bit, so we could talk about those as well. Maybe, what was it? The Mosley's event. Have we talked about that? I don't think so. That was the jousting event. That's what it was. I had to try and remember. That
Oh,
was
yes. A very explosive time we had that night.
right. But I heard it went off really well after, the hazmat crew came through and cleaned everything up.
Oh, it was amazing. And there was a lot of money raised that night, and it's always for a good cause. And it was lovely. I quite enjoyed it.
Very nice, very nice. And one event I was able to attend for, well, the entire event, the Horny Unicorn event. but it went off. It was so great. There was such a great turnout. But yeah, there was a little hiccup in the middle, right?
Yeah, you could say a little hiccup, more like a all-out brawl. Um, Basically there were some people fighting and if my memory is correct, I went to go break it up and I got hit in the face and I kind of blacked out for a second. And I just remember somebody screaming, don't hit a girl. And then it just turned into an all-out brawl. It got a little wild and reckless, but as soon as I kind of regained composure, I actually pulled out my gun and allegedly had shot into the air several times to break up the ruckus.
Ah, yeah, yeah. I went to go running over, and someone told me not to enter. I never. I didn't know what to do. It was just pandemonium and craziness, and I was just I didn't. At first, I thought people were just having fun, getting around, play fighting, and then I realized they were not. Once you got knocked to the ground, I was like, oh hell! Ah!
Yeah, we're certainly more than I was expecting that night. But, a lot of people had my back and it was still a great event and I had a good time.
Well, it just goes to prove you never know what's going to happen at an event, really.
Yeah, there wasn't really any police response. I'll just be honest. I don't think there were that many officers there. There were a couple. And to be truthful, it was funny because I don't even really know what started the altercation. I just know that it was between two different groups that I guess had already had a little bit of tension, if I'm not mistaken. So that was kind of just like the icing on top, you know?
Right. Hmm. I mean, sometimes I tried to find out exactly, why it erupted the way it did, but nobody was really giving up much information in that regard. So I guess it's gangs being gangs. I don't know. But moving. Oh, shameless plug to the Tequila La grand opening. That was a few weeks back.
Woo
I think it
woo.
I think it went off really well, and I believe the grand finale that I said nobody would have anticipated went off pretty well. And I can say that nobody knew that was coming. Like they were very shocked and surprised as to the for lack of better ways to explain it, City versus Murder Kitty grand finale. It was definitely something to watch.
Oh, it was one for the books, honey. I don't think anybody was expecting that. That was kind of quite the surprise. It was a lovely treat. It was a little frightening. I think everybody got a kick out of it though, and nobody was seriously hurt.
Exactly. We made sure we had EMS on hand, and things were done as safely as possible. You can only do what you can do. But we had some great sales that night. I think everybody enjoyed themselves, and that's what the grand opening was about. I just wanted people to see, what we're all about. So let's see. The crime in the city, though, I have noticed quite a bit of an uptick in crime. I've heard a lot of sirens going off, and I can't lie. I've been taking on some rides from my workplace quite a bit. What do you
Oh.
think about the state of the crime in the cities as of right now?
Well, I will just say first and foremost, I like my teeth. I paid a lot of money for them and I want to keep them the way they are. So, I think there's a little bit more crime in the city recently, but I don't really know anybody of name or note or anything. I just think maybe those stores are getting hit a little more frequently. Down in South Monica, I hear Charles and Bobby, the guys that own that little liquor store, they say they get hit like 8 times a week.
Oh, yeah. I got to visit Joe at one of the little markets, kind of near Tequila La. I felt so bad for him. I felt bad for me, obviously, but poor Joe. Like, I, I heard the registers, they broke the registers open, and like sparks are flying and all kinds of stuff, and I'm just like, wow, not only is he losing his money, then he's got to pay for more registers and, replace the equipment that's broken. I wish he'd have just unlocked the register for him.
I
Manage your
know
safety,
it's
Joe.
such a struggle. It's like, why, Joe? Why, just let them take your $24.37. Like, come on.
Agreed. Agreed. Oh, another event that we both had a good time at, the town's pirate night. That was such a good time. Although I will neither confirm nor deny, someone might have gotten a little vicious over trying to win a bony bird that
You watch your
evening.
mouth, you dirty
Oh, oh.
nothing happened that night, and I don't believe there was any outlandish behavior. What do you, that's all, those allegations are defamatory.
I didn't call anybody out, thou doth protest too much. Is that the right? Yeah.
Well, I won a bony bird at the end, so I think those allegations they're throwing out are very, very awful. I think there was no one there that was competitive in an aggressive manner, and I don't think there was anybody there that overstepped lines or was drunk or a mess.
Hey, okay. We'll go with that. Yeah, that sounds about right. Um. Oh, and just the other night we had the EMS fundraiser sponsored by VU D8 and Tequila La sold some food for the charity as well. I thought that went
And
really well. Oh, sorry.
oh no, you're good. I always have to give props where it's due. Mosley's also did sponsor upgrades for the main vehicle, so we always appreciate that. Rexy and Charles, thank you guys. Lots of love.
Oh, very nice. Yes, yes, that's great. I think it went off really well. I don't know how much you all raised at that auction, but I know it had to have been a lot because I heard some of the numbers for the collectibles. Yeah.
Well, I'll just say this. I won't speak direct numbers because I don't think that that's very important for anyone that wasn't there. We did talk about it briefly there just to give an announcement to tell everybody how thankful we were for how much they had raised. But Miss Anita Walker for D8 Agency raised most of the money from the event, but it was a few $1 million we had raised. So EMS is going to be very lucky and handled very well over the next 2 months. We now this I will discuss just because I think it's so lovely and I think it's a great opportunity. We have the same deal with the police fundraiser that's actually going to occur on Friday, September 26th. It's a formal soiree. Very similar concept with the contract, not a contract, but verbal agreement we had set out. And basically, all the funds raised for both of these fundraisers are going to be dispersed to active employees over a 2-month period from the event ending. So it's very beneficial to bring new cadets and new EMS care workers in. And not only just that, but to encourage the current ones to work more shifts and get a chance at a little bonus, possibly get a new car, possibly get cash. Who knows? They'll decide how they want to do that. But it's just lovely. And I'm so thankful to have the opportunity to work with both of them. And sorry that was long-winded, but it's very important to me. So thank
No,
you.
girl, you're good. You should be proud of it. And what I didn't mention is the fundraiser was also for ocular disability and impairment awareness. I do know we have some people who live in the city who are colorblind, and it was very nice of you to you know try and bring awareness to this issue, or people who have these issues. And uh, I've heard people at times try and make jokes of it, but it's got to be difficult sometimes to think you're seeing one thing and everybody is seeing something totally different. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just excited for this, and I was so thankful that everybody came to support such a good cause, and this next fundraiser is going to be just as important. So I encourage everybody, continue to periodically go to these fundraisers. And I know that the medical services and the police department themselves will be having events in the future. I can only assume, things will continue the way they are. So, just keep doing what you're doing, and thank you.
Yes, yes. Now, speaking of events and things happening at events that we've discussed, we had explosive times. We've had brawls and such. Um, Now, what do we think about the level of respect that should be that's given to events and such? How do you feel about that?
And from who in regards?
Just the general public, I'd say. Yeah. Mhm. How
From
how is everybody respecting the events, and just trying to keep a calm, fun atmosphere? Yeah. Mhm.
I usually think they're pretty good. I think if anything happens, it usually is just like a pissing contest between, people from different groups or different representative colors. But in fact, that the beefs usually occur, like, or if there's any trouble at an event. I mean, I can only think of a few instances, and I've brought them up before, so I won't hash out or kick a dead horse. You know what I mean? That's kind of done with. But yeah, I usually say the general public respects most events, at least the events that I've hosted. I mean, there's been one hiccup, but it was handled quickly. So the other 20 have been wonderful.
Right, right. Yeah. I love going to events. I just love to have a good time, have a stress-free time when I'm going out to an event, as I can. And I'm there. And I hope everybody else just goes to have a good time. That's all I hope for, you know? Mhm.
I
Um,
mean, I couldn't agree more.
oh, speaking of gangs, I've noticed some new colors around. I think I've seen some red at least. I don't know I've noticed that our population has increased, and there seem to be the rainbow seems to be filling out, so to speak. You know.
Absolutely. I've noticed some more colors myself.
What events do we have coming up this week? I think we're only up to the end of this week, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think we still have for this week, we have the High Notes Dirt Bike Race, which either is the day this comes out or the day after. And then we have the Cars, Cake, and Coffee, which is Friday the 12th. We have a event I am hosting with the Sexy Mystery Machine Night, and that is in collaboration with Mosley's. And then you have your comedy night on the 14th, and you're doing a collab.
No, it's just us right now, I believe. But we are searching for people who want to do comedy acts. If you want to come into Tequila La and sign up, or you know, ask in the emails. Yes, please and thank you.
You heard it here first.
What else do you think we should talk about this week, Callie?
Well, I have to be honest. I always like to do a shameless plug, and I like to would I like oh can't speak English. I would like to tell everybody a little bit more information about that police soiree, and give another little shout out to Bean Machine if that's okay, because we did have a good experience in there the other day.
Most definitely.
So I would have to say Friday, September 26th at 8 p.m. CST alarm clock, usual event time. The attire is going to be blue formal. It's going to be a fundraiser for the SASPD, the police department. They are wonderful, and it's going to be at the Vineyard next to Postal 5009. The event has a few sponsorships, which is absolutely lovely. It's myself working in collaboration with Town and Los Santos. Town is going to be helping with the food and drink, as well as myself. We're coming up with some goodies. And then Los Santos Cup Stuff is actually sponsoring upgrades for any of the raffle vehicles. So we again encourage everybody to come out to that Friday, September 26th. And again, shout out to Bean Machine. I had a lovely time in there the other day with Anita, and she really sorted us out and helped us. And I got myself quite a few little drinks. What did you think?
Oh yeah, like I said, I've been loving the Bean Machine. Like, who doesn't like donuts and some matcha? You know. Mm-hmm. I'd like to give a little shameless plug, or maybe some, or go towards some information on Callie and Milan's designs. Did I hear there's been a little change in the company structure, so to speak?
Oh, mention that. Yeah, we're just mixing some things up. So we're expanding into modeling, and we're expanding into helping other people plan events and parties and get their stuff set up. And I just figured, because now I've had the opportunity to get myself and my business, Vanilla Unicorn, established, I would like to kind of extend that opportunity to help other people that want to get their own independent things going off. And let's be honest, not everybody has the time or energy, passion, skill, whatever it may be, or whatever your expertise may be. Not everybody has the time and stuff to do all of that. So sometimes it's easier to just come up with an idea and say, hey, Callie, this is my idea. Make this happen. And then I can do the flyers and plan it, get food catered, drinks, you know what I mean? Just make it special and turn it into a proper full-blown event, not just kind of, hey, here we are in the corner, four of us drinking, you know?
Right. I love it, because yeah, sometimes people will want to throw something, but they feel like they can't, or they just don't have. It's not something that they're great at, like planning, decorating, etc., and so forth. And I think it is perfect for you, and it really goes with everything that you already do within that business. You're already decorating and doing things like that, so it's just an extension of that, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, and I have to say, I wasn't planning on doing this, but since you brought it up, I think we're probably going to do a special for the rest of the month of September. So anybody who would book one of those services, I'll be doing some kind of discount or addition. So thank you for that little plug. Thank you.
Not a problem. I mean, we gotta recognize it, because it's a lovely addition to what's already there within the business, and I really love it. And I know you're gonna be amazing at anything you do. So of course we need to let people know that it's out there. Otherwise, they'll never be able to utilize it. So I think we've exhausted our topics for this week. Uh, is there
We
anything
could,
else?
there's a few more.
Okay. What would you like to talk about?
I mean, did we tell everybody about our hostage story in detail? And we could always talk about the Los Santos rebranding and relocation. And don't forget, we could talk about that little hot goss we heard from that little birdie downtown talking about the police department and Los Santos Customs.
Oh, okay.
There's some juice yet, Mama. There's some juice.
Oh yeah. All right. So, I don't know too much about the police and LSC. What do you know about it? What happened there?
Well, I only know what I was told, and a little birdie downtown was saying, I guess that there was a little altercation between the police department and LSC. She didn't go into too much detail. Again, this is all alleged. But she basically was just saying that she doesn't think there's going to be work in the future between the two of them. And I guess there was some discontent and discourse. But again, all alleged, everybody. And that came from a little birdie downtown who I don't think should be named.
Of course, of course. Yeah.
I will say it is a birdie who regularly chirps.
I see. Yeah, I mean, obviously I work at LSD, but I I've just been so busy with Tequila La lately, and I respect Mike as a businessman and a worker. Like everywhere he's worked, I've respected him. So I'm just curious as to like how this all went down, but that's probably something I'll dig into after the podcast because now I'm interested. I need to know more.
Yeah, it's pretty juicy. That's why I was like, wait, we can't miss some of these. These are good. And like I said, this person, I knew nothing of it. This person was just talking to a group of people and telling them about it. And I happened to be there and I heard it and I was like, wait a second, this is kind of like interesting. And yeah, so it happens though. I've had my discontent with people in the past. There was a time period where the business hornies and myself had a little bit of discontent over some vomit in the parking lot and an employee retaliating with vomit. So we've all had our incidents. I'm not one to judge. I just thought it was an interesting take.
Well, hopefully whatever it is could be resolved, or at least as far as I can tell, everything is respectful. Hopefully, I don't really know. I don't always see everything, so yeah.
Only time will tell.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, our hostage story. I forgot to talk about that. Yeah.
Yeah, you tell that one. You're a good storyteller.
So I believe we were at Mosley's, and we were we were actually out on the town, just trying to get some gossip, find out what's been going on. This has been a few weeks back, actually. And unfortunately, someone came in and, they held me at gunpoint and they took me and Callie hostage. We went up to, I believe it was one of the little marts, and yeah, it was not enjoyable, never enjoyable, to be held at gunpoint. It was rather frightening, but luckily you were able to get released a little early as a sign of good faith, I think it was, and but I was there for quite a little while. I will say, the people who took me hostage did check on me and make sure I didn't need any food or water or anything. So at least they were kind there. But
now show me exactly on the doll.
Right. Well, I mean, some things you ask for. I'm just saying. But yeah. So While that was a very an ordeal, let's say, yeah. Um, getting back, once I was released and I was unharmed, thank goodness. And the officer took my statement, and I mean, there wasn't too much that I really was able to see, so there wasn't much I could say. But then it was quite the trek to get back down to Mosley's with no vehicle up there. I wish there were like a cab service or something sometimes, you know?
I couldn't agree more.
But yeah, what else would you like to talk about this week, Callie?
That's pretty much it for me, honey. Yeah, I like the new rebranding and relocation at Los Santos Customs. Final shout out to Bean Machine. Go get caffeinated. What are you guys freaking waiting for? 8042, 8043 behind Pillbox. That's where they're located. And hopefully I'll see you guys on the Sexy Mystery Machine night, Saturday the 13th, normal event time. And thank you to Mosley's for working with me. Those are my final thoughts.
Thanks everybody for tuning in. And if you'd like to be a guest on one of our episodes, as we will be picking up our weekly episodes again starting now, please sign up in our email, inquire in our emails or in city, and we will get you booked. If you'd like to sponsor an episode, same process works. You can approach us anywhere in town or through our emails, and we would love for you to sponsor an episode and us to talk about your amazing businesses or whatever it may be. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm Key.
And I'm Callie.
And we're the Gossip Queens. Have a great
Bye.
one.
Blue hair blazing, he's spilling the tea. Blonde bombshell with her honesty. Spicy and direct like a shot of heat. Gossip queens ruling every beat. Ooh, they're fierce and fun. Sharp tongues on the run. Gossip queens, baby, they just begun. Set the shade while they